Alright, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio, and we've got this week's Sunday preview. And man, is it a big one. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, and Warcry content as well. A little Horus Heresy, everything from reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion, tutorials. But let's check out what's coming next week. Alright, so dig for victory with roots, rats, and rock drillers. Pretty cool little piece of art right there. So we see the General's Handbook, Pitch Battles 2022-23, Season 1. So here is our General's Handbook. A new season of war begins with the General's Handbook, an essential supplement for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, which includes updated battle plans and pitch battle profiles for every unit in the game. As the definitive companion to competitive Warhammer Age of Sigmar players, it contains everything you need to take your tabletop clashes into the new season and brave the harsh environs of the splintered land of Galat. So pretty cool if you are a Sigmar player. Obviously, you know, something you're probably going to need for competitive play. Just wanted to make a note here. I do really like the ring binding that we see on this. Hopefully that is something that Games Workshop does into the future. Because with a lot of books, binding's not really that important because you read through it like one time or flip through it a few times. With a lot of like the Games Workshop stuff, you know, you're opening and closing these books like thousands of times throughout games and everything, and the bindings really just don't hold up. And then also, for convenience sake, the difference between having to like try to crease a book open to have it like on the pages you want to see versus being able to do something like this where you can either have this thing fully flopped out and it's not fighting you trying to close or anything like that, pages aren't flipping, or alternatively you can basically just look at one page at a time and it takes up less space on your table. So not a huge deal or whatever, but something that's very cool. You see like a lot of players actually get their stuff like rebound for Kill Team and some of the other games as well. So I think this is definitely a step in the right direction and a cool little improvement. So next we have the Battletome Sylvaneth. So we have two different Battletomes. Obviously the limited edition, pretty much the same thing. You just get like a little bit of fanciness to it. But it's going to be $55 for the regular or $90 for the limited edition one. Alariel's Right of Life has invigorated the mortal realms, and none feel its effect as keenly as her own Sylvaneth children. Freed from the torpor of the Necroquake, her armies once again reach out into the world, and all their newfound strength can be found within the pages of Battletome Sylvaneth. The most devoted of the goddess servants can show their allegiance to life incarnate with a glorious limited edition Battletome, bound in soft touch cover with gold lettering, gilded edge pages, and crimson ribbon page marker. So same as always. So here we see the Gossamid Archers. These were recently in the Echoes of Doom set. These models are absolutely phenomenal. I totally love these. They look great. And if you haven't noticed already, they're actually like beetles, like flying beetles on the backs of these like revenants or whatever you want to call them. So very, very cool. Love these models. They're awesome. They're dynamic. Really, really cool. And big fan of these. They look great. So cool to see them coming right out afterwards and not really seeing like the big delays that we've previously seen between some of the new models in box sets and being available for purchase separately. Joining the throngs of tree spirits who march the Alariel's call, the Gossamid Archers sprang to life following the revival of the Oak of Ages past, soaring through their air on graceful zephyr spite wings. They fire their bows with peerless accuracy and even on the move, using terrifying larval arrowheads that rapidly grow as they eat through their victims. Lovely. And we've seen some of the rules for them already, and they're pretty cool. They could basically like attack and then like teleport to a different place on the board. So pretty neat. Get them in the right spot or out of danger after making your attacks. Spiterider Lancers. Again, these are pretty cool models right here. There's two different ways that they can be built, like two essentially like variants. Nice looking kits right here. Cool to see them like kind of going a little more in on like the beetles. Definitely a big fan of where they've taken like the Sylvaneth and stuff. Also carried through the air, but this time on agile dragon spite mounts, the Spiterider Lancers skewer unlucky foes and vicious lances as their insect steeds swoop around the battlefield. This kit can also build a band of Revenant Seekers who guide the spirits of the fallen Sylvaneth back to their soul pod groves. Both units possess the powerful ability to heal themselves when enemies fall before their blades. Again, cool models. Cool to see them coming out. Next we have Battletome Skaven. Same thing, $55 for the regular, $90 for the special edition. Skittering, twitching, and scheming Skaven raise their heads once more and set their beady eyes on the mortal realms, as the horned rats' hordes seek to consume everything in the tide of blades and fur. Battletome Skaven contains everything you need to begin your campaign of conquest over the foolish man-things that inhabit the realms. And if you can make sure a few of your rivals perish, disappear in the process, even better. Yes, yes. Man, some of these things, I don't know who writes these, but, like, for instance, you don't normally start a sentence with "and." I mean, what are you doing? Prove your superiority over lesser Skaven generals with a shiny special limited edition Battletome with a blank, all the same stuff as always. And then we see the Warscroll cards. So we have the Sylvaneth and Skaven, obviously, but the Daughters of Khaine Warscroll cards were delayed from a few weeks ago, and now here we see them popping back up. So keep all of your most important rules close at hand with packs of Warscroll cards for the Sylvaneth, Skaven, and Daughters of Khaine, containing cards for every unit, endless spell, and faction terrain piece in their respective battletomes, plus tokens for tracking all of your favorite abilities. If you find yourself digging through the pages to find out just how many clan rats are meeting a sticky end, these are invaluable resources for saving time and keeping your attention squarely on the battlefield. Once again, I do really like the Warscroll cards and stuff. They're very nice. And then we see the dice sets, Sylvaneth and Skaven. So, you know, obviously, I'm never going to buy any of these dice because I think they're a complete ripoff. It's not even that they're just expensive compared to regular dice, but they just don't have like a cool appeal to them. Most of the time, they're terrible. The old Skaven dice were awesome with like the black ones with the green in them. They had made like those crazy Death Guard dice back in the day. Those were awesome as well. They've made some really cool, even the Blood Angel dice, the Custodes dice. They've made a lot of really cool dice over the years. So we know it's possible. And for those dice, I would gladly pay, you know, these crazy prices for the dice. But these are not, I haven't seen any of the recent dice that have come out that are like something special or cool. And, you know, with the Nurgle and Skaven dice, I get that they're like, it's tough to have those legitimately like balanced and have them be fair because the weighting could be an issue because they're, you know, extra fancy. But with something like the Custodes dice or the Blood Angels dice from a while back where they had like the 3 different colored Blood Angel dice, they had the gold Custodes dice, they were like really nice dice and still pretty like basic. All these dice are underwhelming, and to tell you the truth, this is something they often do. Why would you ever make green dice with green letters? I mean, sure, when we look at a picture right now with no glare from, you know, a couple inches away, you can read them fine. But when you're rolling them on the table, you know, and there's like glare and they're further away from you, and they're just not going to be able to read these dice. These are absolutely terrible. Some of the worst I've seen yet. So, you know, not to bash the dice too hard, but, you know, they're horribly made. Nice quality for sure, but horrible selection of colors, and then just way too expensive. But the truth is, to tell you the truth, honestly, even if these dice were $20, I wouldn't be buying them anyway. So it's not even so much that they're overpriced as it is that they're just not cool. So, you know, that's my little rant on dice there. So, and I'm sure a lot of you guys feel the same way. So, there's never been a better way to show your allegiance to your favorite faction with the fistful of beautifully cast dice. And now the Sylvaneth and Skaven get their own. The dice are molded in mossy green for the Sylvaneth and sticky warpstone green for Skaven armies and feature their faction symbols on the 6th face. Right. So the Vanguard Daughters of Khaine is next. Took a minute and did the breakdown on the prices of these. So the Vanguard sets, depending on where you're located, are, I think they're $125 now for the Vanguards. I believe they're $125. It might be $120, but I'm pretty sure it's $125 because I think they were $110 and then the price increase raised them to $125. So, but regardless, first we have the Daughters of Khaine box set. So I did the breakdown on this one, and it comes out to $197 retail. $197. So at $125, you're saving basically $72 on this one. A pretty nice deal overall. I mean, you're basically getting, I mean, I can't, without doing the math like off the top of my head, if it's $125, you're getting, you know, $72 in, you know, extra value on a $125 set. So it's pretty well in line, maybe slightly better deal than some of the other Vanguards. Overall, I think it's a nice package, nice deal and everything. And if you look at this in comparison to like the Start Collecting box, and then factor in that it went up, so there's like, it's a cost a couple more bucks, but there's also like another unit in here. I think this is really nice. I think this is much better than the Start Collecting box in my opinion. So fresh from giving the Nighthaunt the fight of their lives in the Arena of Blood box set, the Daughters of Khaine are headed right back into the thick of things with their long-awaited Vanguard box. This box contains 5 Bloodstalkers, 5 Doomfire Warlocks, 10 Witch Elves, and a Melusa Iron Scale to lead them. It's both the perfect place to start a Daughters of Khaine army and a valuable collection of powerful units to bolster an existing force, all while saving money. And if you do the individual breakdown, again, it comes out to the Bloodstalkers are $60, the Doomfire Warlocks are $42, the Witch Elves are $60, and the Melusa Iron Scale is $35. So a nice value overall, nice composition. I gotta say this is a good set. Next we have Vanguard Skaven. So Vanguard Skaven, not to be outdone, the Skaven have concocted their own Vanguard box. It's packed with verminous minions to boss around. A Grey Seer leads a pack of 20 clan rats, supported by 3 hulking storm fiends and the awesome technological might of a warp lightning cannon. Whether you are starting a new army or adding to your swarm, this is a collection of powerful and volatile weapons with a furred horde ideal for occupying unwitting targets with their gunners lock on. While their gunners lock on. I can't remember the exact price on everything on this, but when I added it up, it came out to $177. So it's about $20 less in retail value compared to the Daughters of Khaine. So not quite as good a deal. It's $70 for the Storm Fiends. I think it was $38 for the Warp Lightning Cannon, $42 for the 20 Clan Rats, and then $27 for the Grey Seer. So again, at $125, you're going to be saving $52, which is it's okay. It's not amazing. Obviously, $20 less in here compared to the Daughters of Khaine box. So overall, not bad though. Composition wise, if you were just starting up an army, I think this is a pretty good start right here. It's got a little bit of what you need. Some really cool models as well. So next we have the Vanguard Nighthaunt. So Vanguard Nighthaunt, rising from their graves to reignite the war against the living. The Nighthaunt come prepared with a Vanguard box full of spectral soldiers, with a grim hero leading an otherworldly battle line. This is a great way to start a new army or reinforce an existing one. 20 groaning chain rasps flow across the battlefield in a wave of incorporeal death, while 10 Grimghast Reapers, 3 Spirit Hosts, and a Macabre Knight of Shrouds, set to stripping fresh souls from their victims. Alright, so here we have the set here, and again, did the math on this one, and the breakdown on this one is actually the best of these 3. It comes out to $201 retail for $125. So you're saving like $76 on this one, and again, compared to the Skaven one, it's $24 extra in saving. Compared to the Daughters of Khaine, it's $4 extra. So the Skaven are definitely like kind of losing out compared here. Now they're all not going to be obviously the same value, so some are going to be better than others. Where does this one stack? Well, in my opinion, this is great. This is probably the best one, not necessarily just because of the value or the components, but the fact that we didn't really have like a Start Collecting Nighthaunt or anything like that. And the old box set, like the old starter set, came with all the Nighthaunt, and that's been gone for a long time now. So this is something that I think is crucial to the range. So very, very cool. And then again, if we look at like the actual breakdown, like the components, it's cool that you get 20 chain rasp hordes. You need the chain rasp, obviously. They're very crucial in Nighthaunt armies. But in my opinion, kind of overpriced. They're pretty puny little models, and they're $42 per 10. So $82 of the value in this set, almost half the set, comes from, just the little pleb chain rasps. The character's obviously pretty cool. Nice looking model right there. And then we see like the Reapers and obviously the Spirit Host as well. Nice composition overall. Plenty of models in this box, and very important that finally you have a starter set for the Nighthaunt. And then we see the Auric Flamekeeper come in here. So for the Fire Slayers, he was previously only available in the Fury of Deep box set. Now he will be available separately, so very cool. Previously held up defending his Magma Hold from the predatory Idoneth Deepkin, the Auric Flamekeeper now joins Fireslayer armies across the realms. The powerful funerary priest draws strength from the fallen comrades to bolster those that still draw breath, hardening their hides for putting an extra helping of heft behind their axe swings. Cool looking model. Cool looking model for sure. Akhellian Thrallmaster. So same, he came in that Fury of Deep box set as well. Meanwhile, the Idoneth bring forth the hero of their own to lead Deepkin forces to victory. The Akhellian Thrallmaster spurs the Namarati subjects on in combat and can help your army's rank and file stand up to some of the mightiest warriors of the mortal realms have to offer. Both great looking models. Very, very cool. I like this. And then we have the High Gladiatrix. So this is the one that came in the, Arena of Shades. So the new Daughters of Khaine model right here. Very nice looking model as well. Super cool. To tell you the truth, I wish she was a little bit more dynamic. It seems like everything in the army is like rushing forward and like super agile and like posed like aggressively, and then she's just kind of like standing there like twirling her little whip around. Cool model. I would have done it a little differently myself. The High Gladiatrix is a peerless duelist perfected by untold years of combat on the bloody sands, and she's now joins the Daughters of Khaine for the first time since Arena of Blood. Oh, so did I say the wrong name? Arena of Blood? For some reason I thought it was Arena of Shades. Against enemy leaders, she finds her true calling, forcing them to fumble their weapons like fresh recruits when faced with a whirlwind of bloodshed from her barbed whip. Yeah, it is Arena of Shades. I'm looking across the room at the box, and the box set was Arena of Shades. So Games Workshop literally doesn't even know the name of their own products. Congratulations. You need do better, GW. Do better. So Arena of Blood, not actually a thing. Congratulations. Cool model. Could be posed differently, obviously. Scriptor Mortis next for the Nighthaunt. Again, from that same box. The according to Games Workshop, it was Arena of Blood. The rest of the world calls it Arena of Shades. But here we have the Tallyman, tallying up the souls gathered by Nagash as an important business, and only the cruelest bookkeepers get to spend the rest of eternity as a tortured Scriptor Mortis. These eldritch archivists use their otherworldly powers to mark enemies for death and ensure their souls reach the destined place among the great necromancer's underworld empire. Very, very cool model. I mean, just straight up awesome. Very cool. Gotta give it to him. So cool to see them offering all those characters now outside those box sets. All the box sets were phenomenal deals for Sigmar, though. Most of them were like 50% off. So very good. Next we have Chapter Approved Warzone Nephilim Grand Tournament Mission Pack. So the Warhammer 40k next season takes step away from the embattled Knockmoon Gauntlet with the next pack of tournament-focused match play rules. Trouble is brewing for the Nephilim sector, and only a lot of fighting is going to sort it out. Featuring critical updates to the command point generation, secondary objectives, warlord traits, and relics, this Grand Tournament Mission Pack is available for anyone who enjoys match-play games of Warhammer 40,000. Whether you're a tournament veteran or simply like to ensure your battles are always fought on an even footing. I mean, that's kind of funny. Let's be real. We haven't seen too many battles be fought on an even footing in Warhammer 40,000 for probably years. But that being said, cool book right here. There's obviously some rumors of what to expect here. Sounds like you're going to start off with half as many command points at the beginning of the game and then gain 2 a turn instead of 1. A lot of other like cool changes, more balance in the secondaries. Definitely looking forward to this. You'll also find a new crop of missions for Incursion and Strike Force games, plus a collection of every secondary objective available to all factions across Warhammer 40,000. Perfect for preparing for your next game. That's really cool. The fact that you can see everybody's secondaries, so you don't have to go out and buy a codex or be familiar with the codex to know your opponent's army. You guys can get together for a game you can never have played against the faction, and you have access to their secondaries right away to look at, so you can know, obviously, what you have to do and not do. And then also for, like, building your army, it's definitely an advanced thing for much more competitive players, but there comes a time in your army where during selection, you might make small alterations to your army to make sure that your opponent can't take certain secondaries or fulfill secondaries, at least like get full points from them. So army construction actually can really limit the amount of victory points your opponent can score against you once you get to that level. So very cool. Next for Necromunda, we have the Book of Outlands. The other gangs of the Underhive can follow the Orlocks out into the Ash Wastes in the Book of Outlands, the next major supplement for Necromunda. Uncover an entire world of dangerous missions, choking ash storms, and prime holiday destinations out in the waste, where you'll need to construct your own vehicles and plan a hijack or two to survive the trails and tribulations of outside life. So very cool. We know this is going to have a bunch of rules for the new squats in there, as well as expansion rules for like vehicles and Ash Waste in general. This book also provides full rules for Ash Waste nomad gangs who are none too pleased about either the Hiveborn encroaching on their land or the sturdy Ironhead squat prospectors who scour the sands for valuable loot. It is available as hardback and an EPUB. So next we have the Cargo 8 Ridgehauler. Very, very cool. Love this model. Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. Definitely going to be picking this up. You can kit bash an awesome one as well, though. I love the potential here with Ash Waste. Few Necromundans are any repute are inclined to spend time in the Ash Waste, but when they do, it pays to have the toughest things on wheels at your back. The Cargo 8 Ridgehauler is a veritable beast of a machine. Shrugging off all but the heaviest weapons, it ensures that your gang's valuable remains safe and sound within its armored hold, and the behemoth to your gang ahead off to ruin someone's day in style. So very cool, definitely a behemoth. Next we have the Cargo 8 Ridgehauler Gunner frames. Want your Ridgehauler to give as good as it gets, mount some heavy stubbers to the hull and blast away at overly curious nomads with a hail of bullets. This pack contains 4 heavy stubber assemblies to be mounted on the Cargo 8 Ridgehauler and its trailers, and can be built with the hatches closed or open with Gunner. In my opinion, this is cheap. And when I say cheap, it's Games Workshop being like a cheapskate. This should just be included with the set, in my opinion. I mean, it's cool and everything, but how much are you going to charge for this? It really should just be an add-on that comes with the box. So, I mean, this is a big chunky kit right here. I'm sure it's going to be expensive. Not sure if it comes with these two guys or they're just picturing it and then you have to buy them separately. I would imagine it's not going to come with this kit, and then you'll have to buy the upgrade kit. So I don't know, very strange. They showed the rules already for this, and I think you can only add 4 of these to your gang, so there's no way they sell a 4-pack if it already comes with 2, in my opinion. So but definitely just them being cheapskates. Cargo 8 Ridgehauler trailer. So here is the trailer. You can have, they already released the rules on this too, very cool, but you can have like 4 heavy stubbers, I think, and you can have up to 4 trailers. What's better than an armored truck barreling across the waste? A really long armored truck barreling across the waste. Blistering with guns, traps, and precious cargo. Carry more loot, more ordnance, and more prestige by adding extra trailers to your Cargo 8 Ridgehauler. And show any gang foolish enough to get in the way that a Necromunda size really does matter. Pretty cool. I have a feeling this is going to be overpriced. I mean, I'm just guessing. I'm thinking that the Ridgehauler is probably going to be like $80 or so. I'm guessing the upgrade frame is probably going to be like at least like 20, probably more than that. And then I think the trailers are probably going to be like maybe like 50. So this is going to be a pricey addition to your set. It's very cool, but I don't blame people if they want to kit bash on those. So Ironhead Squat Prospectors. So here's a new squat gang for Necromunda. Really nice, a little more of like a traditional squat look to them. You do get 8 of these bros in the gang. Really, really nice looking models. I like them. Tough and Tacticurn. The Ironhead Squat Prospectors excel at reclaiming valuable materials from the most dangerous environments on the planet. Whether it's irradiated deserts, lethal sandstorms, or the middle of a gang-on-gang throwdown, the Prospectors go about their business with grim resolve, stopping only to smash the odd enemy ganger into the ground with the powerful, well-maintained weapons. So the Ironhead Squat Prospectors and House Orlok gang cards. So very cool. These are coming out here. Orlok and the Ironhead Squats. Plenty of tricks up their sleeves. Learn through the millennia of tireless toil beneath the hives. Keep their best laid plans close at hand with the gang tactics cards. House Orlok can grab their gang tactics cards in this pack of cards, collecting their repertoire of schemes, gambits, and sharp practices in the one convenient place. Next we see the new character, Vespa Minx Murdana, Orlok Bounty Hunter. So she's on one of the quads. She's got a big chunky missile launcher. Very, very cool. Nice looking model right here. The high-speed vehicular kerfuffle out in the ash waste breeds exceptional characters, and Vespa Murdana is one of the most notorious. A bounty hunter for hire, packing a deadly belt-fed rocket launcher on the back of her customized quad. Minx works with her driver, Big Pete Plainsman, excuse me, to round up the most vicious quarry, rapid-fire high explosive missiles at them, and drag them back for a big payday. Dead or alive, but more usually dead. And then we see Wy'Tari Stormcaller. Really nice looking model right here as well. Very cool. I like it. It's got like the bionic leg, or like peg leg metal. Really cool. I like this. Ashwing the Highish technology on their Hive Gang Nemesis. The Ashway Snowmads instead call upon the Shamanic? I mean, it's a shaman. So the shamanic powers of their Wy'Tari Stormcallers to give them an edge in battle. Summoning dust storms on command to disguise daring raids, they bound across the battlefield astride a swift-clawed dustback Hellamite pouncing upon the unwary. Very cool. Definitely liking this. Then we have Black Library, Dark Imperium Plague War. We have Prince Mesa. We have Sabbat War. Krieg in German. And some Warhammer Plus stuff. So, long article. Tons and tons of stuff coming from pre-orders. So, we kind of had like a double week of pre-orders for the Horus Heresy stuff. So, they didn't do anything new for last week because it was like the extended pre-order week. And now this is just a load of stuff right here. So, if you play Necromunda and Warhammer 40k, as well as Sigmar, you've got a ton of stuff coming out here. Really not that much in 40k. It's really just mostly Sigmar and Necromunda. Lots of really cool models. A bunch of models that were previously only available in the box sets coming out. And then 3 new Vanguards. Very, very nice. Definitely going to be picking up probably the 40k book and then the Cargo 8 Ridgehauler. Maybe some other things. We'll have to see. Very cool, though. Tons and tons of stuff right here. So let me know what you're most excited about, what you're going to be picking up. Always like to hear from the community. Appreciate each and every one of you. All the likes, subscribes, shares, comments, all the interaction. I definitely am fortunate to have one of the best communities online. You guys are absolutely awesome. And gals as well, of course. That being said, going to go ahead and wrap it up there. If you did enjoy today's video, if you like this kind of reactions, reviews, news, if you enjoy painting, modeling, or conversion tutorials, check out our playlist as we have hundreds and hundreds of videos. Always show off all our techniques. We're a commission-based studio. We deal in Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, and Warcry as well. So make sure you check out some of those videos as we complete commissions. Always show them off. Always list all the painting techniques, custom basing, and do a lot of videos explaining how to do those as well. So make sure you like and subscribe for all this good, glorious content. We do videos every single day. But that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.